to Morning Express Sports Chat segment, and this week we've had very interesting things happening around East Africa, and Morning Express Sports Chat segment comes to you direct from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where Spanish top side Sevilla has been here playing against Simba SC, and above all, we got the chance to meet with some of the officials from La Liga, and today they are here on KTN Sports. Guys, welcome to KTN Sports Chat. At my extreme left is Antonio Baradas, the director of La Liga in South Africa, and on my immediate left, that is Cardenas, the La Liga delegate in Tanzania. Gentlemen, I don't know if I've pronounced the names well or...
I think personally you're doing very well. To pronounce my name correct normally is a bit confusing, but you've done it. You've done well.
You've done it.
And then of course Luis Cardenas, that is what they're saying.
Perfect.
Guys, this is KTN Sport from Kenya, and it's very interesting that La Liga is now in Africa, and they have come with the full force. Why is La Liga in Africa?
Well, you could start from me. Well, obviously La Liga has we started in South Africa about over 4 years ago. We opened the second office. The first office was opened in Dubai, and then we opened in South Africa. It's going almost for 5 years, and since then La Liga has grown all over the world. Basically, we have 45 delegates through around the world, but one of the most focus it was to start in Africa. We want to be number one. We got our main sponsor, which is Super Sport, which is based in South Africa. That's where we opened it. Then of course we got our second sponsor, which is Sports Pesa, which is in Kenya. Obviously, we want as La Liga, we want to be in Africa, to be near our great fans, because our fans is here in Africa. In Africa, 80% of the population, they love football. And when it comes to La Liga, obviously we are the best league in the world now.
I know you are going to say about that.
Yes, so definitely we are very proud. We are very proud to be in Africa, and in Kenya, in Tanzania. We want to be in Africa, and we are here, and obviously we want to do things to make the football better.
That's Baradas. Of course, he's selling La Liga, and he says that is the top league, and that's true, because according to UEFA rankings, that's the index. I think of course, La Liga is top of the pile. There's always the English Premier League, there's Bundesliga, and there's Serie A. But guys, suddenly that interest, I don't know why that sudden interest that you've just come to Africa.
It's not a sudden interest, actually. We have been trying to reach our fans closer for some time now. We realized time ago that actually, as Antonio said, and you repeated now, that we have the best league in the world, but we were not as close to our fans as we should some years ago. So we thought that having the best league in the world, we should actually try to grow in that way and try to get the people to have a taste of it, not only just in TV, but to feel the action near to them. So we want to encourage this feeling of belonging of the people, that they believe that the La Liga is part of them. From our side, it's also very important that we contribute to the growth of football itself. We don't really want to be the most followed league in every country that we are. We actually want to be the second one, because we believe that with a strong local league, football is going to be better in each country, and therefore the people are going to be also more interested in La Liga after being interested in the
Interesting, because he says that really they don't want to be the most prominent league, because we have also our national leagues. In Kenya, we have the Kenyan Premier League, which is really doing well, and of course I don't know if they are aware that one of our stars of yesteryears, that's McDonald Mariga, also once played for Real Sociedad in the La Liga, and of course Michael Olunga, who is now in Japan, also played for Girona, and I think it's an honor for Kenyans to have had some of their sons, play in La Liga. Now, you talked about South Africa. You are in South Africa now. You are in Tanzania. Which other places? I know in Kenya, I've met one of your friends, colleagues. That's Oliver Dodd. Where else in Africa are you?
Well, we are in 9 countries at the moment. We are As you said, we're in South Africa, we're in Tanzania, we're in Kenya, we are in Egypt, we are in Morocco, in Cameroon, Nigeria, Senegal.
And in Angola.
And Angola.
Wow, interesting. It's growing. The La Liga influence is really growing. And what is that good thing you are bringing to Africa?
Well, with us bringing the number one, as we said, we are the best league in the world. So when we have a project
Yes.
which has been proven, we've done great in Spain. Our president did great, and when he started 5 years ago, I think 6 years ago, it was La Liga had 34 people in office. Today we over 600 people.
Wow.
So
600 people.
it's grown in 5 years, it's grown tremendously. And we always believe once you got a product which is proven, and why not share it? Why not share it with
So you are sharing with us here in Africa.
Definitely, we're sharing with Africa.
Yes.
We have at the moment our compliance is very, 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 very strong. We have compliance. When we do things with La Liga, everything is planned. Everything is the finances is very controlled as well. When he started, the clubs owed about 700 million euros to the receiver. Today, we're down to basically nothing in 5 years. We brought the debt from 700 million euros down to basically...
That's something that African clubs also can learn from, because you have to manage your debts, you have to plan everything.
That's one thing we with La Liga is also prepared to. We don't want to come in and touch, but if we have the best model, we do MOUs with different countries.
Yes.
And La Liga is prepared to really come in and plug in and really work together to make things better, for different countries.
He's talking about plugging in. I don't know if there are any specific projects you are doing with particular FAs or particular countries. I don't know.
Well, we have, as he's saying, we try to have an input in the football of different countries, and for that we signed different MOUs with the federations.
Yes.
And these MOUs have different contents, but mainly the ones that you can find in common are the ones that we believe that can have more impact in the football of each country. That will be, as a matter of what he was highlighting before, transparency. Transparency is a very important part,
Sure.
because it gives credibility to the football, and having credibility is something that is going to be able to attract also some sponsors, and is going to generate more revenue, higher revenue.
Yeah.
So this transparency is very important, this financial control is very important. Not that much about how much resources you have, but how you use them. It's very important to be aware of that. The grassroots football is something that we really take care of. We really care about that, and we want to transmit our beliefs in that way to the other countries, to the other federations, trying to also bring on board some of our coaches to give training
Sure.
to the different coaches, the local coaches. So because we think that way we can actually have a direct impact in the younger people that are playing football in there.
And it's good that the two of you are now on this set, because Baradas in South Africa and you are here in Tanzania. In Tanzania we have a very powerful derby, Yanga, Simba. In South Africa we have Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. And those are the resources, the following all those clubs have. I don't know what you'll be doing to encourage these clubs to ensure that they use the resources to make themselves.
I think I can explain to you what we do in there, which is basically we started in South Africa. One of the reasons we actually, as La Liga, we're starting, we bring in trainers at the moment. I've asked you, who's training the kids at school, at school level? The teacher, friend of a teacher. So what we're doing, what's La Liga doing at the moment, we actually bring in trainers from Spain to train the trainers at school level. That is one thing which La Liga is implanting in Africa, which is you'll in a few years' time you'll get the champions, because in Africa the football is dancing and football is natural.
It's very, very natural. Yeah, sure.
It's very natural.
Is that the same thing you're doing here in Tanzania?
We're trying to have, every market is different, every country is different at the end of the day, so you have to figure what are the main ways in which you can contribute in the short term and in the long term. Of course, we have this MOU with the federation. The first thing that we're doing is try to make the people a little bit more aware of our actions in here, trying to get the spectacle, the action closer to the fans. We did that with a couple of public viewings in which the people were engaged with tournaments in which they could play against each other, representing Real Madrid or Barcelona, that we did for El Clásico. We are intending to having here some workshops with different managers of the federation and the CEOs of the clubs in here to have this input that I was talking before about certain aspects that we believe are important in management of clubs and competitions.
Interesting what Cardenas is saying, because even back home in Kenya, we have Media Pro, which has been seconded by La Liga to come and help the Kenyan Premier League, market itself, get high quality broadcast matches that they can give it to would-be sponsors, and I think that is really positive. But then, when you talk about you involving the young kids so that they learn at an early age, basically what you are saying is that you want to implant the values of La Liga on the young kids at an early age?
We want to implant basically the values, which is the kid when he's 5, 6 years old goes to school, that's what he learns his first years of school, that's his first years, which is when the teacher teaches them. So if you got a trainer who trains the kids and he doesn't give them the first steps the right way, that is going to stay in his mind. No, it's not doing right. So what we're trying to do it with help with obviously we have MAUs with different countries. We'll do it with the federations, and eventually who's going to benefit from that will be the professional teams, which those kids will learn how to handle the ball. That's what the project is called, pass the ball, not kick the ball. So they will learn to control the ball, they will learn the basics, then eventually they will benefit out of it. And everybody definitely will benefit out of it. The professional teams and the amateur teams, they will learn.
Okay. So what you're saying, in other words, that it's a strategic plan by La Liga to grow back home and also help African leagues also to grow together?
Yeah, of course we always aim to grow, but in this ambition that we have for ourselves, as I was saying before, we believe that it's really important that the football itself grows. And we can't pretend to come here to your home and to say that you must watch our league above your own league. We believe that it's really important that your league is strong enough for being really interesting for you. Football is about passion. You are passionate about your teams in here. You were mentioning before Simba and Yanga. Simba and Yanga, when they played, the country stops, because everyone is going to be watching that. This is this feeling that the people have. This is something that we want to encourage. We want to have our input to make this feeling of the people even better. And we want to share these values that we believe that are inherent in football. We want to share that for the people to see actually that football is not just a game or a sport. It's much more than that.
What about finances? Maybe we've talked about the values. Is there anything financial that would come down to the people of this country?
Obviously, it's a cost. If we can get some sponsors, because La Liga we want to do, but we can't do everything ourselves. We need in different countries, obviously, to join forces with us. We actually always said we planted the first tree, and that tree needs water. It needs to grow, and that's what we did with this project. Possible, we planted, and we want the local companies to join us and to make this thing grow, because otherwise, as La Liga alone, we can't change it.
You can't change it. SportPesa is one of the biggest success stories to have come from Africa, and particularly Kenya. How are you working with SportPesa?
Well, I tell you, SportPesa, what they've been doing, it's really amazing. They've been our sponsor for the last 3 years. I think we're going for 4, and they are very committed. It's only one of the companies I've seen that what they've done in Kenya, what they've done here with the stadium here in Tanzania, what they're doing all over. They really committed to really help the football grow in Africa, definitely. And I think they are a great sponsor. Then they are very beyond our project. We're doing as well as possible. They are very much beyond that. So when we're together, definitely we'll make it better. We'll make it grow.
Finally, I don't know if you know much about Kenyan football. There is also a big derby there. AFC Leopards and Gor Mahia, who were crowned champions yesterday as Gor Mahia. We just look forward to seeing you guys come to Kenya and also enjoy the Kenyan football. Would you love to come over to Kenya?
Absolutely, and I really look forward to going, and I hope that I will find a good excuse for going anytime soon, of course.
Well, thanks. So we've been talking to two of La Liga's delegates, of course, at my extreme left, that is Baradas from South Africa. He's the director of La Liga in South Africa, and immediately just on my left, Luis Cardenas, who is the La Liga delegate here in Tanzania. And we hope that this partnership will continue well into even Kenya's grassroots football. I've been your presenter, Robin Toskin, from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Until next week, bye-bye.